I call upon the spirit of the owl, messenger of wisdom. Welcome to the Temple of the Owl. Merry meet, seekers of knowledge, for I am Matzow, your guide through the mystical realms. I wish you many blessings on this day. In this episode, we will discuss The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and it will be my book review on these books. Here within the heart of the Temple of the Owl, hidden deep in the forests of Northern California. Here, amidst the whispers of ancient trees, we embark on a journey through the realms of magic and spirituality. As always, these musings shared within these hollowed walls are but seeds of thought, offerings to inspire the magic that dwells within you. It's a personal odyssey, a sacred dance between the practitioner and the unseen forces that shape our reality. Thank you guys for listening on Spotify and on YouTube, and a special thank you for those listening on the frequencies of the Troubled Minds Radio Network as KUAP Digital Broadcasting. Venture forth to troubledminds.org, where an invitation awaits you to join in the rich conversations led by the mysterious Michael Strange. I want to give a shout out to him for helping me do these shows and produce these shows. And also, I have an announcement. I took a break because I had a very special friend pass away recently. You might know him as the Mighty Rohan or Liam Martin. And he was a great friend. He's 100% responsible for this show. He inspired me and he made this show possible. And he made that really cool song in the beginning of my show. And I'm forever grateful for that. And I was glad that I got to meet him and share part of my reality with him. And that song will never change. And so, as a part of that, in honor, I would like to, not only this episode, but every episode of the Temple of the Owl will be dedicated to his greatness. And I could not have done it without him, and I want to show my appreciation for all that he's taught me. And a side note of that, I just want to say to anyone out there, anyone you know who is struggling, please ask for help. You know, there's someone out there that loves you, and there's someone always wanting to listen to you. You are important, and you need to know that and hear that sometimes. So a heartfelt appreciation to the gentleman who inspired and produced this show. So let's move on. As the cauldron of wisdom bubbles, let us stir the brew with the MOD, or the message of the day. It's an incantation to set the tone for our mystical discourse. And today's quote is, "Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama." And that's by the author of this book, Don Miguel Ruiz, and the author of these Four Agreements books. And I feel that because it really helps me understand, how we interact in this world with others, and realize, how easy it is, but somehow make it harder. It makes me think about how I'm going to say things before I say them, and then help you understand what I mean. And these series of books have helped me understand many things and think about life differently. And I wanted to share these stories with you and try to tie these teachings into witchcraft and to grasp them on a different level. So first, let's talk about the author. Don Miguel Ruiz is a Mexican author and a spiritual teacher known for his work in sharing Toltec wisdom. and teachings on personal transformation and spirituality. He was born on August 27th, 1952, in rural Mexico, into a family of healers and they're traditional Mexican healers. He was raised in the Toltec tradition, which encompasses ancient spiritual teachings and wisdom passed down through generations. I thought that was pretty cool. Despite his upbringing in a family of healers, Don originally intentionally pursued a career in Western education and earned a medical degree from the National Autonomous University of Mexico. He practiced as a surgeon for several years, during which he had a near-death experience that profoundly impacted his life and spiritual journey. Following his near-death experience, Don Miguel embarked on a spiritual quest to explore the ancient Toltec teachings and understand the nature of reality and human consciousness. He studied with various spiritual teachers and mentors, delving into Toltec philosophy, shamanism, and metaphysics. And I like that. How many times before have we heard about these people that have had a near-death experience and then it transformed their lives to make them pursue something that maybe they were meant to do, like write a book or change their path to something different. We hear these stories a lot about people that have had near-death experiences. Don Miguel Ruiz is best known for his series of books that distill Toltec wisdom into practical teachings for modern readers. His most famous work, The Four Agreements, published in 1997, has sold millions of copies worldwide and has been translated into numerous languages. The book presents 4 principles or agreements for living life on a personal freedom, happiness, and fulfillment. Don Miguel Ruiz's teachings have had a profound impact on countless individuals seeking spiritual growth, myself included, personal transformation, and inner peace. His message emphasizes the power of awareness, intentionally, and love in shaping our lives and relationships. Through his books, lectures, and workshops, he continues to inspire people around the world to awaken to their true potential and live authentically. In addition to his solo work, Don Miguel has collaborated with his family members, including his sons, Don Jose Ruiz and Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., on various projects and books, further extending the reach of Toltec wisdom and teachings. Don Miguel Ruiz is recognized as a leading figure in the field of spiritual self-help literature, offering profound insights and practical guidance for navigating life's changes and discovering inner peace and fulfillment. The Four Agreements is a book written by Don Miguel Ruiz. It draws on ancient Toltec wisdom to offer practical guidance for living a life of personal freedom. The book presents 4 agreements or principles that, when practiced, can profoundly transform one's way of thinking and being. Now we're going to talk about each of the agreements. The first agreement: be impeccable with your word. The first agreement emphasizes the power of language and the importance of using words with integrity and truthfulness. Being impeccable with your word means speaking honestly, kindness, Words have the power to create and destroy. So, by using them wisely, you can enhance your relationships, build trust, and manifest positive outcomes in your life. Now, in witchcraft, the power of words and intentions is paramount. Being mindful of the words we speak and the energy we project can align us with our magical intentions and foster greater authenticity and integrity. And I feel that because I understand how my words can create and destroy in this reality. And so I try my best to think about words before I say them, especially to certain people. And if you can stand by your words, you become a better person. And I feel more confident about my abilities. Now, this corresponds to the Hermetic principle of cause and effect. We know that whatever we say could speak it into reality. The next principle, don't take anything personally. The second agreement encourages detachment from the opinions and actions of others. It teaches that nothing others do is because of you. It's a reflection of their own beliefs, experiences, and perceptions. When you stop taking things personally, you free yourself from the needless suffering and emotional turmoil, allowing you to maintain inner peace and self-confidence. In the realm of witchcraft, it's important to recognize that not everyone will understand or accept our beliefs and practices. By not taking things personally, witches can maintain their inner peace and focus on their own spiritual journey. It teaches us that I am the main character in my story, and that everything happens from my perception, and that you are a secondary character in my reality. However, that also means the duality of this is that you are the main character of your story and your perception of reality, and that I am a secondary character. And by realizing this, it helps me kind of rethink this reality and grasp the concepts about how I interact with other people in this world. And it definitely changed my perception of reality, because I could think about it as being, being in my own world, and you guys are the secondary character. It kind of makes me think about how things are in this world, and how everyone just goes about their life thinking they're the main character, and it's so weird how we see that duality. Now, so let's go move on to the next one. The next principle is don't make assumptions. The third agreement invites you to communicate openly and honestly, rather than making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Assumptions often lead to misunderstandings, conflict, and unnecessary drama. By seeking clarification, asking questions, and expressing yourself clearly, you can avoid misunderstandings and cultivate deeper connections with others. Similarly, in witchcraft, making assumptions about others' beliefs or intentions can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. By practicing discernment and seeking clarity, witches can cultivate deeper connections and understanding within their communities. Now, when I think of this one, it reminds me of the saying, don't assume, because it makes an ass out of me and you. And I thought that was pretty funny. I heard that a long time ago. And, I try my best not to assume things that I don't understand. And so what happens is, when you don't just assume things, what ends up happening is it makes you explore and ask questions to understand it and trying to understand it on a different level. And that's kind of what I'm all about, understanding things differently. And the more you know, the more you can make decisions based on facts. And you have the ability, that gives you the ability to make better decisions. And so I like that one. Don't make assumptions. Let's think that it's neutral and then try to figure it out by, like I said, asking questions or trying to understand it differently on a different level, or just trying to understand things better before you make assumptions about anything or anybody. Let's move on to the next one. The fourth agreement is always do your best. And this agreement encourages you to give your best effort in everything you do, regardless of the circumstances. It acknowledges that your best way, it may vary from day to day, depending on factors like health, energy, and mindset. But by focusing on doing your best in the present moment, you can avoid self-judgment, regrets, and resentment. Doing your best also fosters personal growth, self-empowerment, and a sense of fulfillment. Witchcraft often involves continuous learning, growth, and self-improvement. And I use that saying, you're never done learning, because if you say you have learned everything about something, then you have failed. And there will always be something new to learn on every topic. We are never going to be done learning. And so by striving to do our best, we can honor our spiritual path, deepen our magical experience, and contribute positively to the world around us. And on this one, when I think about this one, this goes out to my friend Michael Strange of Troubled Minds, because he's always pushing me to do my best. He's always picking me up and inspiring me and helping me to do my best. And thinking that you're not good enough, it only brings your energy down. If you could just do your best at everything you do, even if you fail, it makes you want to do better and not give up. The Four Agreements provides a simple yet profound framework for living a life of authenticity, integrity, and inner peace. By incorporating these agreements into your daily life, you can break free from self-limiting beliefs and transform negative patterns and create a life aligned with your truest desires and values. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz is indeed the first book in the series. It dives into Toltec wisdom and spirituality. Now, I highly recommend the first book for sure for anybody that's wanting to, like I said, use these agreements to make your life better. However, there is a series, and you could buy the box set, which I was gifted the whole box set. And these are some of the other books that he has written. So the Four Agreements is the foundational book. It introduces the four agreements that we just talked about. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. And always do your best. And it explores how these agreements can lead to personal freedom, happiness, and fulfillment by helping readers break free from self-limiting beliefs and emotional suffering. The Mastery of Love. In the sequel, Don Miguel explores the topic of love and relationships from a Toltec perspective. He discusses how childhood experiences and social conditioning can impact our understanding of love and leads to fear, jealousy, and conflict in relationships. The book helped me in my relationships with everyone, including my family. The third book, A Voice of Knowledge. Building upon concepts introduced in the Four Agreements, this book explores the power of the mind and the role of beliefs in shaping our perception of reality. It offers insights to overcoming self-beliefs, releasing judgments, and tapping into a wisdom of the heart to live authentically and in alignment with our true essence. And this is my favorite book in this series. Now, the Fifth Agreement. In the fourth book of the series, Don Miguel Ruiz collaborates with his son, Don Jose Ruiz, to introduce a new agreement, the Fifth Agreement. Now, this agreement expands upon the teachings of the four original agreements and encourages readers to be skeptical but learn to listen. It emphasizes the importance of being open-minded, questioning assumptions, and seeking truth beyond cultural conditioning and personal beliefs. This book offers practical guidance for living with awareness, integrity, and spiritual freedom. And each book in the teachings, it goes deeper into the insights and gives you the tools. It gives us a comprehensive guide to living a life of authenticity, joy, and fulfillment. And it's all based on these Toltec wisdom principles. I highly recommend that you guys check out this book, at least the first one, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And that's my book review on the first book. I hope you guys get a chance to check those out, like find the audiobooks or at least pick up the first book from a bookstore or a library and check it out. That's all the time I have for today. I am Matt Owl. Thank you for journeying with me through the Temple of the Owl on the frequencies of the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP Digital Broadcasting. Blessed be.
For centuries, witchcraft has been considered evil and associated with the devil. Stories of the wicked witch of the West and its evil queen of poison Snow White and Owl have portrayed witches as antagonists of monsters. Marry me. My name is Matt Owl. And with the spirit of the owl, messenger